Heartbreak and rejection. Two things that can shake us up more than we'd like to admit. Whether you've been hurt by someone you loved deeply or faced a series of rejections that have left you questioning your own worth, these experiences can make dating feel daunting. The thought of putting yourself out there again might bring back memories of pain or even fears of repeating the same cycle. But here's the truth. With the right mindset, you can regain your confidence and approach dating with a sense of calm and excitement. Step 1. Understanding rejection isn't about your worth. Our first step towards confident dating begins with a shift in perspective about rejection. It's natural to see rejection as something personal, but what if we told you that rejection is often more about the other person than about you? When someone rejects you, it's tempting to believe it's because of a perceived flaw or shortcoming. Our minds go into overdrive, linking it to insecurities that we already have. I'm too old, not attractive enough, or even too boring. But the truth is, people reject others for reasons that may have nothing to do with who you are. Sometimes it's their past experiences, their current priorities, or even fleeting personal preferences that make them step back. The reality is, everyone carries around stories and ideas about love, attraction, and relationships that are shaped by their past. If someone isn't ready, or they're still caught up in their own world, that isn't a reflection of your value. Rejection doesn't define your worth, it only reflects the other person's personal perspective and circumstances. Step 2. Building your value on character, not external validation. Next, let's talk about where we find our sense of self-worth. After heartbreak or rejection, it's common to seek validation from others, hoping that someone new will make us feel worthy again, but true confidence is built on something much deeper. Think about the things you can be proud of that have nothing to do with someone else's opinion of you. This could be how you treat your friends, how you show up for family, the dedication you have for your goals, or the personal values you strive to live by every day. These are the parts of you that are rooted in your character, the unshakable foundation of who you are. When you focus on being the person you truly admire, you start building a strong internal confidence that isn't easily affected by someone else's approval. Whether you're in a relationship or single, your worth remains the same. The key here is consistency. Take small actions daily that align with the kind of person you want to be. Over time, this will help you feel proud of yourself, regardless of who is or isn't in your life. Step 3. Finding power in the poetry of real connections, not the fantasy. Another major part of dating with confidence is to focus on real, meaningful connections, not fantasies. When we date, it's easy to get swept up in our imagination, building up the potential of someone we barely know. And the more we elevate this fantasy, the higher the stakes become, and the more anxious we feel. A person on a date, smiling and laughing in the present moment. Remember, the goal isn't to find the perfect person who matches an idealized image you have in your mind. It's about meeting someone who invests in the relationship with you day by day, someone who's there for the journey, not just the highlights. As the poet Charles Bukowski once implied, it's not about idolizing the poet, but valuing the poetry, the day-to-day actions and commitments that make a relationship genuine. By focusing on these real interactions, you'll keep your feet on the ground. You won't be as likely to idealize someone or get caught up in what could be. Instead, you'll value the connection that you and another person are actually building. This shift grounds you in reality and prevents the heartache of shattered expectations. Step 4. Redefining your own dating journey. Slow down to go far. In a world that pushes us to date fast and find the one immediately, one of the most courageous things you can do is to take things slow. By focusing on your personal growth and letting connections evolve naturally, you're not rushing or forcing things to fit. Growth doesn't always have to be flashy or obvious. In fact, some of the most meaningful growth happens in subtle ways. This mindset of slowing down allows you to prioritize quality over quantity in dating. Instead of jumping from person to person, searching for the next high, focus on yourself and what you truly want in a relationship. The right person will notice this depth in you and it will resonate. Step 5. Overcoming the fear of rejection by taking small, intentional risks. If you're still feeling held back by the fear of rejection, start by taking small, manageable risks. Not every interaction has to lead to a date or a relationship. Sometimes just striking up a conversation or making eye contact can be a powerful step. Each small risk you take will start to build resilience. Reframe each interaction as a moment to practice confidence and focus on what you gain from the experience itself rather than the outcome. Slowly but surely, you'll begin to develop the courage to put yourself out there without tying your worth to the outcome of any single interaction. Step 6. Treating yourself with compassion and patience. Lastly, be kind to yourself. Recovering from heartbreak or rejection isn't a process that happens overnight. There will be days when you feel ready to try again, and other days when you feel like retreating back into your shell, and that's okay. Confidence isn't about never feeling afraid or hurt. It's about choosing to try, even when those feelings are present. As you continue to work on yourself, remember that each step forward is a step toward a more confident, grounded version of you. And in time, the right person will be drawn to you not for who you're pretending to be, but for the real person you've worked so hard to become. Dating with confidence after rejection or heartbreak is possible, but it starts from within. Focus on who you are, keep taking small steps, and trust the process. Remember, every time you put yourself out there, you're building resilience. The right connection will come, and when it does, you'll be ready. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing your own story. We'd love to hear how you're building your confidence on your dating journey.